All right, welcome. We're diving into a topic that can feel like a total brain bender on your accounting exams: how to measure those tricky, non-interest bearing notes. My goal: to make sure you walk away from this ready to absolutely crush those questions. So let's kick things off with a puzzle, and this one's a classic from the CPA review materials. Seriously, think about it. You get an IOU for 6 million pesos, but somehow the books show a 300,000 peso loss. How on earth is that possible? It feels totally backward, right? Well, the secret lies in that little phrase, non-interest bearing. It sounds like there's no interest involved, but that's the trick. The interest is there, all right? It's just invisible. It's hiding in plain sight, and our job is to uncover it. To solve this mystery, we need to grab our master key. And in accounting, that key is a huge concept called present value. This is what lets us see the invisible interest and understand the real story behind the numbers. It all boils down to a super simple idea. I mean, if I offered you 1,000 pesos right now, or 1,000 pesos a year from now, which would you take? You'd take it now, of course. Why? Because money you have today is worth more than the same amount in the future. You can invest it, you can use it, it has power. That's the time value of money. And present value, or PV, is the magic wand we wave to figure this out. It's basically a financial time machine that takes a future amount of cash and tells you what it's actually worth in today's money. It pulls back the curtain to show you the real value. Okay, so this is the absolute core of it all. You've got two values. The face value, that's the big number written on the note, the 6 million pesos. That's a future promise. But the present value, that's what that promise is worth the second the deal is made. That, my friends, is your true sales price. It's the number that matters today. And that gap, that space between the future face value and the smaller present value, what is that? Well, that's your hidden treasure. That's the interest. We call it unearned interest income or a discount. It's basically the income you're going to earn bit by bit over the entire life of that note. All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty and actually use this key. We're opening up our PV toolkit, and the first tool we're going to grab is for a lump sum note. You know, one single payment in the future. And here we are, back at our original puzzle. This is a real deal scenario you'd find in your LCPA review. So we're giving up equipment that's on our books for 4.8 million, and in return, we get a promise for 6 million in 3 years. Let's break it down. First things first, pro tip for any exam: lay out your data. Don't let the numbers swim around in your head. Pull them out. We've got the 6 million face value, a term of 3 years. The market says the interest rate for this kind of deal is 10%. And that gives us our magic little number, the PV factor of 0.75. This is our key tool. Once you've got your data, it's just a simple 3-step recipe. Step 1, find the true sales price. We take that future 6 million and multiply it by our 0.75 factor. Bam! That note is only worth 4.5 million today. Step 2, compare. What did we get versus what did we give up? We got something worth 4.5 million, but gave up an asset worth 4.8 million. Step 3, well, you can see where this is going. And there it is, the solution to our puzzle. It's a 300,000 peso loss on the sale itself, because the real value of what you got, the present value, was less than the value of the equipment you sold. That other 1.5 million, that's not part of the sale. That's interest you'll earn over the next 3 years. See how that works? Awesome. Okay, let's level up. We're adding another tool to our PV toolkit. What if instead of one big payment at the end, you get paid in a series of equal chunks over time? This is an installment note, but don't worry, the basic idea is exactly the same. So here's our new case. This time, we're selling equipment with a book value of 2 million pesos, and in return, we're getting 500,000 pesos every single year for the next 10 years. It's a different payment structure, so it's going to need a slightly different tool. So just like before, we line up our data. We've got the annual payment, the term, the interest rate. And check this out. Here's our new tool. It's called the present value of an ordinary annuity factor. The cool thing about this factor is that it's a massive shortcut. It does all the hard work of calculating the present value of all 10 of those payments and bundles it into one neat little number for us. And guess what? We use the exact same 3-step recipe. It's beautiful. Step 1, calculate the present value. Multiply that yearly 500K by our new annuity factor, 5.65. Whoa! The true value of this deal today is over 2.8 million pesos. Step 2, compare that to the 2 million equipment we sold. Step 3, Do the math. That's an 825,000 peso gain on the sale. See? In this case, the present value of all of those future payments was way more than the book value of the asset we gave up. It's the same logic, we just swapped out one tool for another in our toolkit. Okay, you've seen the logic, you've seen it in action. Now let's lock it in. We're going to boil this all down into one single slide. This is your study hack, your ultimate cheat sheet. Get ready to screenshot this. You're going to want it for your review. This is it. This is the entire process on one screen. Pause here. Seriously, take a picture. The problem is a note with invisible interest. Your goal is always to find the present value. That's the real sales price. The key is to use the market interest rate. Then just pick the right tool. PV of 1 for a single payment, PV of an ordinary annuity for installments. The formula to find your gain or loss never changes. And the big takeaway, that leftover amount is your future interest income. If you memorize these rules, you cannot get these questions wrong. Okay, before we wrap up, let's just take a step back. Why are we going so deep on this one topic? I promise you, it's about way more than just passing one quiz on your way to the LACPA. This right here is why accounting is so powerful. We're not just bean counters, we're interpreters. Understanding present value lets you look at a contract and see through the words on the page to what's really happening financially. You get to reveal the true economic substance. I'm telling you, this is not just some academic exercise. This is a day one skill for a CPA. Are you going into valuation, auditing, financial analysis? You will use this concept all the time. It is a fundamental building block of a career in finance and accounting. So I'll leave you with this thought. You've just learned how to find value that's hidden in plain sight. You're basically becoming a financial detective. The question is, what other truths are you now ready to find behind the numbers? Go get them, and good luck with your studies.